Welcome to another We Draw Together. Today we have some friends joining us. We're going to do a special friends one here. Let me introduce them, or they can introduce themselves. This is
Levi, I'm 7.
Levi, 7.
Isaac, I'm 9.
Yes. And then, of course, my standby assistant.
Yeah, and Savannah.
Right. 6. Okay. So today we're going to draw Pikachu. Are y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first thing we're going to do about a little bit down from the top is not draw a circle, but see if you can draw an oval. And not an oval that's really tight, but kind of a big, fat oval. Can you do a big, fat oval?
Mm-hmm.
Big, fat oval. Oh, mine ended up kind of looking like an egg. No problem. Everyone got an oval? Good. Nice. Okay, and then coming out from the top, This we're gonna do his ears, and they are pretty long. So you can do a curve that comes like this, and then a curve that comes like this. Two curves, one on the top, one on the bottom. Kind of looks like a
bunny.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. Yep. So we're gonna go. You can start out here and come down and hit the oval, or you can start at your oval and go up. Okay, now, not halfway down. Halfway down would be about right here. So move up a little bit, and we're going to draw a slant, a line that goes from the top of the ear down to the bottom, and it's at a diagonal. Same thing over here. And his ears, this is all black. So you can go ahead and fill that space in. Sometimes when I'm trying to fill in a big space, I'll go ahead and turn my pen or pencil or whatever sideways. See? Then I can cover more ground, more real estate. Okay. Oh, nice. That looks great. Good job. Okay, now we're going to do his eyes. And his eyes, Pikachu, they're not at the top of his head. They're not up here. They're more down here. Watch where I'm going to put my eyes. If this is the middle of his face, then they're more like they're kind of close to the outside, and they're down in the middle of this thing. See, they're kind of close to the outside, and they're also down in the middle. Yeah, good, good. Now we're going to draw another circle inside there. It can be kind of towards the top, like this, and pick a side. And then we're going to go ahead and fill in everything inside the big circle, except for the little circle. Don't fill in the little circle. Nice. Yeah, y'all's already do. We could tell exactly who this is. You don't even need a body.
What?
Okay, now we'll go ahead and do a body.
Yeah.
His nose is right in the middle. It's at the bottom of his eyes, and it's tiny. It is an upside down triangle, and man, is it ever small.
Tiny.
It's a small one. Okay, and then underneath that, just a little bit underneath, do a U like this. But not a U that goes up and has a big arch. This is a very tiny curve U. It's almost like he's frowning. But we're going to make him...
Frown.
Tiny frown. That is a tiny frown. And now we're going to do the same thing on the outsides. We're going to do an up U and an up U. See how we turned his frown upside down?
Mm-hmm. Kind of look like a puppy.
Yeah, like a puppy. And now we'll start at the top of the little... or I guess the bottom, you'd say, right in the middle, the bottom of these two humps, and go down with a curve and down with a curve. So they're coming out of the bottom. Oh man, that looks great.
It's a smile.
That's perfect. Okay, now halfway in there, do a curve like this. That's his tongue. Yep. Okay, now his body is going to be the same width as his head, but it starts a little inside and then goes out. So if you do your line, start a little inside his head and don't touch his head. You're going to start below the head and they're going to go out the lines are. Okay, good. Okay, now we're going to put a curve on this thing. It's going to start to curve towards the inside. The curve on the bottom of both of these. And remember this thing that we did up here underneath his nose to make the top of his mouth? We're kind of doing the same thing. Hump the other way, and then it goes into this hump. So you're doing hump, hump, hump. U. Yeah, so once you've done that curve, now you can do your next curve that goes across the bottom. Yeah, you're doing good. That's perfect.
I had no idea what you meant.
That's okay.
Oh,
That's okay. You can just connect it like this.
now I see what you mean.
No one will even know. Okay, good. It's hard to do it when you're working with a pen because you can't go back and erase it. But this is good practice. Now we're going to do the same thing that we did on his ears, but much, much smaller, and come out from the hump and just do a curve and a curve that's coming out from the hump. Curve and a curve. Good. That's a good size, too. Yours is a good size, too. Nice. Okay, and now we're going to put a line on that baby and another line. 2 lines. 1 line and 2 line. Those are his toesies. It's the first thing he puts in the water to see if it's cold. And now, same thing on the other side. Do the exact same thing.
That's what I already did.
Okay, now let's start. We're going to do his arms. And his arms are going to start not at the top of this line, because that's kind of like his armpit. So we're going to start a little bit below it and then do a curve to out here. He's going to be raising his hands up in the air. He's going to be going, yay!
I think like he's going to a carnival or something. Pikachu carnival!
Oh my goodness, Pikachu carnival. And then the next one, let's start from the oval, maybe kind of close to his eye. And this is going to come out here, and his arms are going to come real fast down to a smaller, they get thinner towards the hand. And then his hands, his fingers are so funny. They're just little zigzags. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're very small. Very funny. Nice.
I did little.
That's great. Okay. Now let's do the same thing on the other side. Remember, your curve does not start at the top of your body line, below it. Leave room for the pit. That is the arm pit. Precisely. Okay? And then once you have your arm, put your fingers in. Your tiny little Pikachu.
I don't have room.
That's okay. That's good that you don't have room because that makes them extra small. Which is good. Okay. Next is his tail. And as we all know, he has crazy lightning that comes out of his tail, right?
Yeah, crazy lightning.
Okay. So his tail is going to do a V, upside down V. We're going to do one V, and it starts over here, a little bit up his body. And then another V. Good, and then a line. Go ahead and take your line. Maybe mine's going to come all the way to the edge of my page over here. Yeah.
I had room, so
you didn't have to go to the edge of your page. Good, okay. Now his tail, it's going to start thin, so we're going to do another V on top, and that's going to be a thin one. But the next V that we do is going to be, look at mine, it's going to be bigger. And maybe that means putting a short line in on the second part of your V. Short. See how mine's real short?
Yep.
That
it's like
sets you up.
A little check mark.
Mm-hmm. It is like that. Now our next line is going to go past this line. It's going to go up here because that means his tail, when we connect these two, is going to be at an angle like that. His tail is at this angle. So draw your line past the set. Oh, wow. Man, y'all just nailed it.
And then at the bottom, he like has some little black at the part. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, his bottom of his tail. You can draw a line somewhere in here. I'm going to do mine about right here where I'm going to fill in black. What does he say when he shoots lightning out of his tail?
I haven't seen it that much. I haven't seen all the
Nobody knows? Doesn't he go, Pikachu? Okay, so the last part that we have to do is we have to do these ovals for his little cheek.
No.
And, oh, do you not have any room?
No.
That's okay. You can put them up here if you want. And this one, if you don't have any room, let me show you something you can do. You can just do a little half circle. See that? So it's not a full oval. I just did a half circle like that.
Mm-hmm.
If you do have room, let me show you on the other side what you want to do. You can do an oval. So I did a half circle when you're out of room, oval when you have room.
I just did like a little circle. So.
All right, so that's it. So now it's time to color yours in. You can color yours in with anything you want, colored pencils, markers. So we'll color ours in and fast forward, and we'll see you at the end. Alright, thanks again for joining us. I hope your Pikachus look good. We got a lot of good looking Pikachus on our end. Very nice. Nice lightning. If you want to do some lightning, you can do dark blue in the middle and then shade it with light blue. But we'll see you next time for another We Draw Together! Yay! Yay! Ah! Ouch! 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 Ah!